I can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. I can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. I'm caught in your whispers. There's nothing that
Wake up and let my dreams die. This moment I'm making mine. Don't tell me I'm wasting time. I'll show you what I'm made of and give my dreams life. I'll put it all on the line, just like I'm young, wild and
All right, here we go. Drewski trying to work his way back. Actually, he's going to get all tangled up with Barney. He's running away.
Barney,
man.
that's what I'm wanting.
This might cost him. Going to try to put Barney awkward. Wow, Barney stole mid.
Oh,
Barney
that's
put
it.
Drewski awkward.
Badly, Barney just rolls that one in, and he takes game one.
Going off the movement and control now, but made a mistake.
Don't
Barney,
do
Barney,
it.
what are you doing?
Yeah, don't you do it, Barney.
When he gets in his zone and he's comfortable, Barney is a very smart player. He does a lot of fakes and he tries to predict how a player is going to go about a whole scenario. Barney is an extremely coachable player. Extremely. I think that you play well, but there are a few things that you could work on that are going to hurt you against Randy. Just do a regular kickoff like you're doing it against someone.
Usually,
Let me see another one. Like, pretend someone's opposing you. Let me see. If you can go to spectator, I'll show you. Randy's got a pretty good kickoff.
yeah.
It's fast, and he hits it low, right? You gotta hit it. See where he's hitting it?
Yeah.
Right where I said?
Yeah, perfectly right. You said.
Right. It's, you're gonna be fine. You are.
What do you think? Do you think I'm just giving too much space
you
and just like
you let me
do your
you let
thing?
me have just free 45-degree flicks, which is what Randy would do. But he said that in his free time, he actually watched skimmed over off camera a few more of Randy's replays.
Which is very helpful. It's given us a lot of insights on what his playstyle is like, what he tends to do. He prefers to just flick the ball instead of go for ground shots. One, when he starts all of his aerial plays, he jumps off, like he hits the ball off the wall, and then he dodges. Now that dodge is very good. It's a high level maneuver to super high ranks. I've never really pushed for top of the world, but I'm pushing like I am. I am pushing as hard as I can push. He does only jump once.
Right. He was worried about that, and then Randy stood behind him. That was just a good play by Randy.
Yeah. I'm basically going to say, Randy, if you want to beat me, you're going to have to just play better.
Randy, honestly, me and Barney have been training hard. We've been checking out how you play. We've been watching some replays. We've been doing some reviews. We've been in the booth. Okay. I think that Barney knows how you play more than you do. He knows your tendencies. He knows your habits. He knows what you're gonna go for in the air, on the ground, before you do. I think that's worrisome. That Barney knows how you play so much. You've been studying. Okay. So. You take that how you will. I would be prepared to bring your all because this is not going to be an easy match for you.
Well, you guys, that was Barney and that was Remy. You got to see a little bit of how he has been preparing for this matchup against Randy, and you know what? It's looking like it's gonna be a tough matchup. Maybe maybe even see Game 5. What do you guys think?
I would love to see a Game 5 out of this. It would be phenomenal. Remember, it is a David versus Goliath matchup. I believe Ranny's sitting top 100, always playing ones, whereas I got some tidbits from Barney, sitting around GC2, GC1 in ones. So that's why he's been doing this coaching. It is not exactly an even playing field for him. So got some coaching, looking over replays, doing whatever research he needs to make sure he can have the upper hand, because he knows he's not going to be able to outplay Ranny. So he's going to have to outsmart Ranny. Ranny's going to think, hey, this one's in the bag for me. He is coming off of an event earlier today, the Knights Arena Spring Bash, so Ranny's warmed up. Now, granted, he's been hanging out here in chat. I've been seeing him chit-chat here in the Twitter or in the Twitch audience, but he's played today. He's warmed up. Hopefully Barney's been warming up too, Volts. This one should be a good matchup, just seeing that promo video.
I just want to say wow to that promo video. That's my initial reaction. I'm sure you guys could see my face during watching that video. I mean, what a great behind the scenes into what it's like to get some coaching from these top level players. I mean, they're looking at where you hit the ball on kickoff. I worry that I will miss the ball on kickoff, let alone which part of the ball I'm hitting when I go for it. And so really high level stuff. Barney's put in a ton of thought to this. I can't wait. I'm wondering, Top Gun, for our chat predictions, did that promo video just change anybody's mind?
I think that it might have. And before we get in our predictions, before we start those, we also want you guys to be able to start your predictions as they will show on the screen, how to vote for each individual. So make sure you guys do that, because the winner, or those who vote for the winner of this series, will have that opportunity for the $50 gift card. So remember that when voting for your homies, or, vote for who you think will win. We are going to get those votes going for chat as well as for us. So we can go ahead and roll that.
This is Sanamti's Duel Predictions. Who will win the series?
Once again, we do have Ranny versus Barney here. Make sure you guys get your votes in. We are going to, actually, I'll go ahead and start off with my prediction. I know that promo was looking real good. I know that it was. I know they've been working hard. I still think that Randy can come through with the win. Volts, what do you think?
Oh, this is a tough spot. You went Ranny, and of course, it's hard to doubt a top 101 player there. But I'm going to put my faith in Remy and in Barney, in Barney's ability to receive the top-level coaching from Remy and translate it on to the field here. We heard in the very beginning of the show, Randy said he didn't even prepare for this event, did nothing special. Barney has been training. That footage he was looking at of Randy dated all the way back to September of 2020. So 2 years worth of footage, a lifetime of studying. I'm casting my vote right now for Barney. Mustache, we have a tie for the first time tonight in the booth. Go ahead and break it for us.
All right, guys. I've had this little notepad here of all kinds of notes. You guys have been hearing me spit out all night long. And so I flip over to my Randy versus Barney matchup. All right. Little bit of a tidbit. Content creator for SSG. He's the analyst on their RLCS runs. Randy has started his own coaching site. Top 100, 1v1 main. He was just in the Spring Bash earlier. I was looking back at that. His Team Lawler, not exactly what they wanted to see, but remember, it was only for seeding, so they obviously will still be playing tomorrow. But then we looked at Barney. Barney, he's been coached by Remy for, like you said, 2 years or so. He's coming in with a lot of confidence. He has just been treating this day in and day out. I got to get better. I got to do this. I got to look at this. I got to figure out what Randy is doing. He's going to try and be slow and methodical. He's going to try to, bait out Randy. Randy's going to be the juggernaut. He is going to be the more mechanical player. It is how smart can Barney play, which will determine how this series go. I made my predictions when I did this sheet earlier today, and you guys can't see it now, but I'm scratching Randy's name out. I'm going down with Barney. I'm going with you, Volts. I've been wrong. I've been picking the solidified winner each and every one, and it's been thrown in my face. You know, obviously Randy is definitely the favorite to win this one, so I'm going Barney. Barney, I'm trusting in the coaching that Remy has been giving you.
I do think well, listen, I know that you guys both went Barney and then I went Randy, right? And I understand why you guys chose what you chose. I know everybody loves an underdog, and that is indeed what Barney is in this situation. I think that he is an underdog, and I think it's gonna take a lot for him to beat Randy. Do I think it's possible? Yes, I will say that, but I think he's gonna come through with the win? I don't think so. I'm sticking to Randy. I am not going to switch and make us all be the same. 3 times in a row tonight, one of us hosts / casters will come through, or will come out on top rather, on predictions tonight. Is it gonna be Mustache and Volts, or is it gonna be me? Last event, it was me. So
I'm looking at Barney in the chat. Thank you, boys. Let's take the Titan down. That's right, Barney. Take the Titan down. Look, obviously, statistically, you gotta side with Randy. I even look. Chat. Wait, I had it written down. Randy. I don't know if you guys can see it. Randy. I had it circled, but I switched it. I gotta go with Barney. I'm trusting the coaching. I hope it works, but hey, statistically, Randy, you are definitely obviously the hot favorite, and I wouldn't be surprised if you win. But Barney, you've got confidence. Feed off that confidence. Let's give him a show.
Mustache, the one thing that does scare me about this, it is a best of 5 here. And so that's going to give Randy a chance to adapt. It allows for more of a feeling out period in game number 1. Barney to test the waters with some of the things he's practiced, see if his reads are correct, and it also allows Randy to adapt to what Barney is coming out with, how much he's studied, how much he's learned. But best of 5 here. It's tough to not see this one go at least 4.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be that way. I want at least 4 games out of this. It would be phenomenal to see it. I want to see 5. I'd love to see the full distance. And you look at just off of the challenge though, Randy gonna put this one in. Barney not even electing to go for the kickoff, hoping that Randy would launch it. But remember, this is Randy. He is a ones god. I think I've seen it there in chat. He knows what to do if somebody bails on the kickoff. So I don't know if those fake kickoffs are going to work. But let's find out. Randy with the great recovery, gets the flick, puts another one in, and we are already 2 goals up 9 seconds in.
And it's the 45-degree flick that we heard Remy mention in the promo package for our main event that does come through here. So smooth from Randy, and definitely not the start that Barney was looking for.
It's just some of the challenges going in favor of Randy. Yes, he gets the 45-degree flick. Obviously, it was a good hit, but I still think the first goal is a challenge. He's got it in the air, and one of the things that Remy told me behind the scenes was that it's going to be Barney's going to try and keep the ball low to the ground. Don't try to take it to the air because Randy will beat you in the air. And he's got no boost to beat Barney here, but he does get another flick. He's going to pop that over to the side, throw the whoops up because, hey, he didn't exactly want to put that one off to the side. He wanted to put it in the net. But a nice flick to come out from Barney. He can't elect to go for it. Can Barney put this one around? No, the challenge working in Randy's favor. And we are back off to the Barney's half.
Ooh, almost a redirect there that would have put Randy up 3. The speed is a huge difference here thus far. Randy looks extremely fast and confident right now as he'll get the corner boost. Starvy's thinking ceiling shot, and this is what Barney had to be careful of. It's a great save off the back wall, but a big bump will keep this one from being a breakaway goal for now. Barney had a look. He's going to get a second one. Oh, the mind games. The slow shot will get him on the board.
You know, that defensive clear that Barney had Randy not gotten that bump on him, I think Barney would have been able to get the recovery and make it down to get the goal anyways. So still the same, course of events that I expected out of that, but good for Barney to, get that bump on him, say, I'm not able to get that one down the pitch as fast as I need. Randy gonna throw up yet another one to make that lead back to 2, but Barney is definitely keeping this one close.
It's a good response from Randy Mustache. You give up a hard-fought goal number 1 in favor of Barney, then you come back immediately, and 6 seconds later, you're back on top by 2.
Oh, Randy trying to fake him out. He didn't have any boost. He is going to pick up that midfield, but is Barney going to get the fake on him? He gets the flick instead. And that is the second time we've seen a good flick come out from Barney and put the goal in.
This is a great job by him. He notices Randy is facing the wrong direction, and wow, the fact that Randy came that close to saving that is so impressive because this is a perfectly placed shot. It's a good response from Barney. We might have seen a couple early game nerves, and every time he hits back, Randy just swings and connects again.
So one things that I was a little worried with Randy being able to see kind of the promo and kind of see some behind the scenes of how Remy and Barney have been working together is those kickoffs, So the fact that Barney has been focusing on Randy's kickoff, either A, he's going to make sure that those kickoffs are going to be perfect, or he's going to slow down the kickoff so that way Barney has to hit it into Randy. He's not going to necessarily fake the kickoff, but he's just going to be right behind the ball enough to make it look like he's actually going to get the hit, but instead Barney gets the first hit and Randy's able to recover. He's able to get another goal right there, a 3-goal lead in favor of Randy with 3:16 left, and Barney just did the exact same thing that I talked about Randy doing. So good read by Barney. He gets the pop. It's going to fall in. Barney decreases the lead by 1.
Randy was so close to keeping this out of the back of the net. He gets a pretty good piece of it, but just can't slow it down enough. But Mustache, you are indeed correct. The kickoff goals, especially if Randy is going to be able to score them like he is right now, it's going to be a very dangerous situation, and it's gonna keep us on our toes and all the viewers on their toes as far as scoreline goes. Randy can clearly score and score quickly off of them. Almost got scored on, and that's a huge demo. Randy has to wait on mid, and that's a fortunate break for Barney, as mid just wasn't quite there, but Randy will still make it work. The shot over the top, the lead 6-3.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. When I saw the spawn for Barney happen on the near side, not the far side, I knew this was going to be a goal for Randy. Not saying that Randy wouldn't have been able to do it either way, but had Barney been on far side, he would have had the time to wait and maybe think. Seconds matter in ones specifically, not only just 2s and 3s, but 1s, because you have to just wait for certain touches like that. That one's going to be crossbar. Randy going to throw that one in. Barney not able to get the hit. Just like that, the seconds matter, and Randy able to put 2 in basically, 10 seconds or so? So 4-goal lead in favor of Randy. This one's starting to snowball away, but Barney can't keep it close because we are just approaching halfway.
I was going to say, not even halfway home and 10 goals scored. Definitely not like the last series we saw here. Barney, once again, will start from his own orange side, and then he will be deleted by Randy here, who just needs enough boost to tap this one in. Finally gets there, he crossbars it, and that will bail Barney out. Now Barney with an available open net. He's going to track this one down and take advantage of that, and that's a 2-goal swing. Mustache. Barney finds himself down just 3.
He fell right on that boost pad in front of Randy to pick up the 12 to give him the momentum. That crucial gravity fall right there was perfect for him to get that goal, and another fake kickoff working out, but Randy with the spin doesn't have any boost. Barney gonna try and get this pass. He's got control. He's got the ground air dribble. Good challenge coming out from Randy to keep it away, but still dangerous. Quick turn. Barney, though, He's going to get this hit all the way out to the midfield. He goes for the bump, at least knocking Ranny off his path. And I believe Ranny sitting to about 40 in tank. They're both kind of tied up in the fuel situation right now. And Barney's going to take that one over to his own corner, regain, and reset.
Barney now off the wall. He doesn't, again, want to go in the air too much. He did have a look, but Randy's defense stands strong. The flick off the wall. This one's just on Barney. Awkward save. He actually keeps it in front. Oh, an unfortunate break. He definitely didn't mean to do that, and that is going to hurt him. Down by 4, minute 29 left.
That is so unfortunate because had Barney not fallen in front of the ball, Randy kind of encroached up. That ball would have bounced off post right down the center. Had Barney been able to recover, could have maybe started his push down the pitch and gotten a goal. But instead, he drops it right in front of his own net. Randy capitalizes as we all expect him to. And we see this goal deficit back to 4. Barney sitting with no boost. Randy faking the challenge on it. He knows Barney is sitting low. And the bump coming out, a little bit of a bump and grind right there from Barney onto Randy to make sure that he kind of takes him off his path. Randy, does he put it in? He does. Unbelievable mechanics. We talked about him before. A thrilling showing from Randy.
Pops it to himself, gets back on the wall for the Doomsday here. What a shot from Randy. And that is just reminding Barney of what he is capable of. That lead now up to 5 goals. Down but not out. This is a mountain in front of Barney as he wanted the bump off the little pop. He does not find it. Does find a bump as Randy comes back down. 13 to defend with, and that's a great angle from Barney as he just continues to not go quietly into the night.
That little bump right there, Randy coming down, maybe using the boost, basically created almost like an anvil effect. Randy came down and just put his foot down, wasn't bumped or moved off of where he landed. Nevertheless, Barney able to get some quick turns, get that goal in. Still a 4-goal deficit. Randy's going to try and put another one in. Good recovery from Barney. This one's still dangerous, though. Corner boost pickup. Randy coming out. I don't believe Randy's going to be able to get there in time, but I've been wrong before, and he was getting there fast. Now, just need to see Barney. He's going to try and keep the ball close to him. You see every time, oh, and Randy's actually going to help that one along, so decreases the lead by 1, but there are 18 seconds left.
This is a good shot from Barney here. He made Randy think about the bump. You could see Randy jump a little bit early there. And then just couldn't quite turn that one away. 9-6, down but not out seems to be the theme. This one, possible but not probable, Mustache, I think is the best way to categorize it. And the longer this one takes to find either back of the net, the worse it gets for Barney. It looks like he will drop game number 1.
You know, when you see a one's main, you can definitely tell their confidence because how many times do you see them launch it towards their own net? Randy hit that one with just enough power to take it towards his own net, but still hold on to the possession. And that right there is just a showing of how dangerous one main's players are. And a 9-6 goal differential between these two is a thrilling matchup. 15 shots. I mean, just a good showing from Barney to keep it close. But again, Randy just showing why he is one of those top dogs in the one scene.
It was a dominating control for him for most of that game as well. Mustache, he had the kickoff advantage, the advantage in the shots department, and again, we saw a little bit of the demo plays come out. It's difficult to catch some of these SSLs. They move at supersonic for most of the game. The demos are going to mainly be on shot attempts or rotations through, but still 2 demos for Randy. Barney might start looking for a little bit more bumps, a little bit more effective bumps on the goal line would be a trend that I expect to see for game number 2. But again, this is a best of 5. Both these players, while they had good game number 1s, definitely have some things to improve on.
Yeah, and you see that kickoff advantage in favor of Randy. We know he's going to start off with a kickoff and then just be relentless as the plays move on. So keeping it close, though, you know, Barney coming out with 40% in the kickoff. But the demos playing key factor. You see one more for Ranny than Barney. And yeah, just some of the big plays to come out from Ranny really propelled himself. In fact, there was that very first goal, I believe, was the awkward challenge from the fake kickoff that worked out and kind of set the ball rolling for Ranny on top of just some of the more mechanical plays he had. So, Ranny coming out with the game 1 win. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 5 now, and game 2 is the important one when you have a best of 5. You can lose game 1, win game 2, and then set the momentum back in your favor. But first, we need to see Barney do so.
Ooh, that's a good shot on the turn there. Ranny, however, was ready for it. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Barney. Early aggressive pressure. He looks a little bit more confident than he did last game. Randy, what in the world? Randy, what is that? And Barney had it read. All right, the difference between skill levels of mine and theirs is clearly evident, as I was sure this was originally headed into the back of the net.
Well, and good defensive prowess from Barney. He's working with what he's got. He knows Randy's got the mechanics. He's able to not necessarily panic. He's able to keep it out of the net for the first go around. This one not going to be able to have enough power to get into the back. Oh, and is that going to be a launch? It is. Randy going to put the second one in. And this is how game 1 started, but we did see Barney kind of clutch his way back, claw his way back, rather. So we're going to have to see him do it again, but Randy, again, starting off with those early and fast goals.
I was trying to give Barney's shot attempt a little bit more oomph behind it here in the booth, encouraging it to get there, because I knew he just didn't catch enough of it. And again, Randy is so effective when you give him any kind of space. Even if he looks like he's awkward on the wall, that's a good boost keep by Randy. It's now Barney trying to limit that space. He won't win the 50, and Randy just ends up in mid-boost trying to put it in. He won't connect, but he will be able to grab corner, and he knows Barney's low.
Randy gonna take it to his own net. He knows he doesn't have to fear taking it to his own net because he knows he can just hold on to the possession, keep Barney away from it. This one gonna roll. Randy not gonna be able to recover, so he's gonna pick up the few boost pads needed. A good challenge coming out from Barney. He's got all the time in the world. You just need to put it on target. Rightfully so, he does. And we decrease it by 1.
That might have been the first over-aggressive play we've seen from Randy Mustache. I really felt that he could have maybe turned away or not gone headfirst into that challenge, and Barney takes full advantage as it was a great 50 from him.
Oh, and another good kickoff. Barney has all the time and puts it off target. That is something that you cannot have, especially against the juggernaut that is Randy. So Barney's just going to have to regain rather, and get himself back into this game. That's just an unfortunate turn of events. Good play by Barney to drop that one down, dodge the demo. Randy, I believe, sitting with little to nothing in the tank. Yeah, he did just pick up. Barney, can he get this one around? He's got to cut it quick. He does, and gets the goal he needed before a little bit of time wasted, but hey, it doesn't matter. Still, Barney gets the tying goal.
This is a good shot. Barney cut it close. Randy almost got there with the demo, but he doesn't quite clip him enough or even a little bit. So 2-2, our first neutral scoreline since the opening kickoff, and Barney trying to settle in Mustache. He looks a little bit uncomfortable still, and Randy looks like he is firing on all cylinders as the ceiling, I don't even know, ceiling bounce double, I guess that's a shot is what he was looking for. Almost connects, but doesn't quite find the goal.
Just the jukes right there. Barney, the first time in this series, is able to come out with the lead. And it almost sounds like we're a little bit biased, but it's just because we know how good Randy is. So everybody's just kind of rooting for the underdog that is Barney. But Randy quickly going to turn off this kickoff and get it all tied up. So yes, it sounds like we're rooting for Randy. Barney. We're trying to keep this as unbiased as possible, and Randy's going to make sure this stays at a tie game.
What a redirect off kickoff. That is not easy to do, what Randy just did, let alone get the power behind it here as he's really looking to resettle in. He looks super comfortable, even with a neutral scoreline, even when he was behind. He looks so comfortable. It's the true presence of a top ones player. as he has got full possession here, just wants to force Barney to go up and use the little bit he had left, and the double will come through, and just like that, Randy back in front.
And I believe during the pregame, somebody said to Randy in chat, hey, you know, since they've been watching everything you do, just don't do anything that you typically do. And Randy says, okay, I'll go for double taps. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He gets the double tap needed, puts himself back on top. The stalled kickoff coming out from Barney. At least he baits up to make it look like he's coming in. But the Doomsday coming out from Randy. He will put that one in the back of the net, and the 2-goal lead starts to come back.
Randy is just a force to be reckoned with. As soon as Barney hasn't figured it out, he's able to switch up his play style. He's got a new kickoff that is the current answer as he is back to dominating the kickoff game, and once again with it on his hood, trying to go for something fancy. I believe he was out of boost in that situation. And speaking of out of boost, Barney was completely empty. Randy just pops it over him, and that is a wide open net to double his lead.
Randy, tell me in chat later on, is this the tactic? You know, do one's mains, do they just constantly put it off their backboard thinking, hey, I'm going to make it look like I'm putting it on target or I'm putting it into a position where I don't have control, but you obviously have full control. He puts it off, gets the bounce, gets it over Barney, and able to drive it right down the center of the pitch. Such a dangerous play because it could go awry, but the controls coming out all the time in the world for Randy to dribble that one around. I believe he did get the flip. No, he did not get the flip reset. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yes, he did. It didn't look like it from our perspective, but he certainly got the flip reset. I believe he even found a second one on that aerial there. So how impressive from Randy, and he's back up on the ceiling as we speak, looking for that bounce double, but doesn't quite find it. Randy firing on all cylinders. This is one of the most impressive displays of ones that I've seen in a very long time, Mustache. Probably since the last Drewski versus Isfura event. This is probably the most impressive display I've seen.
Oh, indeed, and there's just a little bit of a mistake that could have been capitalized, but again, Randy just keeping that ball almost like he's got the magnet, the magnet from Rumble. He's just keeping that ball always by his car. Whether he's got no boost, 50 boost, 100 boost, he's always on top, attacking this ball. Puts this one off. I do believe it is going to be off target. Going to bounce off the post. Barney does aid it just a little bit, and a bounce over Barney. That one's going to be yet another one in. The 5-goal lead now. Randy really starting to pick up the pace. He is not happy that Barney had the lead for even just the few seconds that he did.
This one, Mustache, is not trending how Barney would need it to. Again, this is a best-of-5 series, so he's not done after this one here. But, I mean, at this point, if you're Barney, you have to think about hitting the reset button on some of what you're trying. And I mean, I certainly don't have an answer. I don't know if you have one, but what does it take to slow down Randy at this point?
Unplug his computer. I don't know. I mean, look at this. He's just constantly attacking, and I feel for Barney because, you know, when you have that kind of speed coming at you, it is intimidating. It is hard to challenge. You think, okay, he's got the ground to air dribble, so you have to wait. You have to kind of wait for that perfect moment to challenge, but then you see the 1 or 2 flip resets. Okay, so then you try to keep the ball close to the ground. Well, then Randy's going to challenge you and just make sure that you almost have this weird physics bounce off the ball to where you can't recover off of it, and the challenge work out in his favor. So Randy is just a dangerous player when it comes to ones. He goes for the flip reset right there. And now we get Barney, since he's got all the time in the world and he's got the lead, you're going to see Randy go for these weird plays because it doesn't matter. Just like this, he misses the attack. Okay, well, Barney puts it in. He's still got a 3-goal lead, 7 seconds. Crazy things have happened, but I don't see this lead, you know, going away in this particular game. So Barney will have to call back in game 3 to try to, you know, send this series to more Rocket League.
Good momentum builders for Barney, though, as again, Mustache, I posed the question, do you kind of throw some of you throw the whole drawing board out the window. Not even go back to it. You just throw it out the window at this point and trust your on-field preparation. Just play Rocket League maybe at this point.
Now, I mean, you know, any coaching that Remy would have given Barney to say, hey, do this, do that, do that, you do have to take that in consideration because Rainey is the more mechanical player. You have to be smarter than Rainey. That's a tough order. I'm not going to lie. Rainey is a very smart player. We can see it right here. He's always going to hold on to that control. In fact, they're even talking, you know, they're in the chat, and I know you guys can't see it, but it is a tall order, and we said this is a David versus Goliath type of situation. Rainey is just a juggernaut out here on the pitch, and Barney, though doing what he needs to, is still just, it's so hard to take down somebody that is so skilled as Rainey here in ones.
Yeah, the task of now winning 3 straight against Rainey, I don't know if it is physically possible for Barney, but this is why you take it one game at a time. Barney's already back on the pitch. He's ready to give it his best effort here. No real unforced errors for either team. A back and forth, again, 2-2 across these players in this series. We'll see if maybe Barney can take advantage. Maybe Rainey makes a little bit more mistakes, comfortable with a 2-series game lead. Randy went for a huge demo there. Didn't quite connect with Barney, and Randy now on the receiving end of a big demo. Barney has an open net where he can't quite put it home, and Randy goes flying past as well. So no follow-up there. Mustache, it almost feels like Barney has to play perfect Rocket League at this point.
And sadly enough, that is what you have to do if you're Barney. Look at that, just play on target. I mean, Barney had the one opportunity off the demo. He does put it off to the side a little bit. Rainey able to recover, and just this bounce, Rainey just dropping this one into the back of the net. Barney does have to play perfect Rocket League, and it's almost, you know, unfortunate to have to say that, but if you thought you were good at Rocket League, you have to be even better than that to take down these players that are in the SSL ranks, that are constantly, you know, playing these game modes day in and day out, specifically ones here, because it can get so tilting because you just are shown every mistake that you make, and it's so unfortunate because you don't have a player to bail you out.
Speaking of bailouts there, Barney able to bail himself out with a big bump onto Ranny, who just lands with a full, or I should say half tank of boost, and then just staring at an open net. So sometimes you do everything you can and you still can't keep Ranny out of the back of the net.
No, the recoveries, I mean, this is, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why not only does Ranny play ones, but he has started his own coaching website. I mean, I've seen him just kind of give tips and tricks to any and all players. I mean, this is definitely a player that you want to watch if you want to get better at ones, or if you just need to learn something specific that you need to get better at, especially on the challenges or kickoffs. Another great recovery right here. He puts it on that near side. Barney having to stretch and actually helping it in. 3-goal lead. We haven't seen one from Barney yet, and typically we do see one from him by this point, so we need a turnaround from Barney. Hopefully we don't see the goose egg. And Barney and Rainey both electing not to go for that, seeing who's going to go for it first. And just like that, Rainey puts the shot on, he misses it, he gets the recovery, the rebound. That's what makes him such a tough ones player.
Oh, good shot, but Barney able to make the save this time, as Randy perfectly content to just waste time. He'll continue to throw bombs at the net if they go through. Good for his scoreline. If they don't, just continues to burn time. We've been on this orange half of the field now, Mustache, for almost 30 seconds, as King Randy is perfectly content to just time waste. I mean, look at him take his time in the corner, fake the flick, and as soon as Barney challenges, Randy's right back on him.
And I'm looking over the stats of the game so far, 100% kickoff advantage in favor of Randy. And that's why we see the 3 goals. And not all of them have been off of kickoffs. There's been 7 shots on target from Randy versus the 1 from Barney. It has been all offense from Randy. He's going to try and do it again. Couldn't get the protractor out fast enough to get the angle on that one. So he's going to retreat back. Barney going to try and bait him out. Can he get the pop over? He does not. Randy reads it perfectly like a book. Doesn't pick up the boost though, so he's going to have to slow play this one and see what he can do with it here.
Oh, what a pop for a slow plate. No boost. He can't quite capitalize on it. Might have popped it a little bit too high up as he waited for gravity to kick in and bring that ball back to him. Randy tried to pre-jump the high shot, and Barney not able to stuff it low there. Barney now has to keep this one out of the back of the net. Does a good job, but will lose the corner boost. That's a big 50, and Barney trying to scramble, won't even have to make the touch, and it took 3 minutes, Mustache, but he's on the board and he's not down by too much.
I love how Randy throws out the no. Like, he thought it was going to go up the post. I got to stop taking these 50s in the corner. And you know what? I have heard that from other coaches before, too. You've got to watch challenging in the corner, because when it bounces out like that, it is so awkward. More often than not, it ends up launching right towards the net. So I have heard that myself, and even I can't live by the words as much as I should. But another good takeaway again from the corner. Barney decreasing it by yet another one. We are within one here in game number 3.
I was going to say Randy acknowledged it himself, and I was going to bring it up. He just told himself to get out of the corners and stop taking challenges, and he ends up sliding into a corner and losing the challenge. So we'll see if he can regain here, avoid the corners at all costs. And this is where you want to be. Randy's shot will be turned away by Barney. Randy was looking to install Barney on that recovery. He does just enough, and he will get the boost. Barney was 16, that will choose to stay. That's a decent 50. We'll buy him some time, and now it's time to play some defense. Randy, reset, down, wave dash will not be on target. Thought he was going for a musty the way it was being set up. Will not go through. Barney with only 19 boosts to work with. He is having trouble getting some big boost, and now Randy will continue rolling forward. Good speed flip to at least keep that one from going too close to the orange net, and finally Barney is able to depossess him and get something going. Counterattack chance won't come through, and Randy with the boost starved Mustache. I can't remember the last time I saw Barney get a big boost.
I was just getting ready to think back. I'm like, gosh, he's been trying to just keep him off of it, and he can't just get the boost needed, and so he's trying to keep the ball close. You don't want to get it away, but when you have your opponent with the possession and you with no boost, obviously there's nothing you can do, and it's unfortunate. But he's going to just have to move on. He's got under 50 seconds left. Barney, can he get the flick over? Not going to be able to do so, as Randy reads that one pretty well, and he centers it up. Barney, no, Randy actually getting underneath the ball. It's off the post. No, actually, it does go in, even off of the screen. I was watching from Barney's point of view, and I thought that was going to be off, but falls in, and 3-goal lead for Randy.
That was a calculated opportunity for Barney. If he wins that 50, he's within 1. If he loses it, well, you see the outcome. It is goal number 5, and with 30 seconds left, it's not looking too good for Barney. Randy going to look to close out the show in just 3. He's doing a really great job of it right now as he, jumped over that boost. He will have to retreat, but it won't matter. Time continues to waste. Randy knows he's seconds away from closing the door, and that save will do it. The goal line save, he'll take it the other way. King Randy has finished this one in 3 once these 3 seconds are up.
Randy, you don't have to do him dirty like that. You steal it off the goal line. Just get pop. I've never played anyone as talented as you. Rightfully so, Barney. I mean, this has been a fantastic matchup. I've loved to see it. To be honest with you, not saying that Remmy's coaching wasn't good, not saying that, he didn't give the tidbits needed for Barney to do what he needed to do, but I would love to see Randy give some coaching tips, even a session, a quick one, just to see what Randy can say. Hey, look, this is what you did against me. This is what I could see you were doing wrong, or stuff like that. Those little tidbits are so important, but Randy, the mechanical genius that he is out here in at least ones, I mean, rightfully so. He was obviously the favorite. And again, I had him picked at the beginning, but I was tired of picking favorites because I was losing. But Randy says, nope, you got to pick me. He had this one from the beginning.
He's just too just too good, mustaches. I think that's what it boils down to. Randy, so talented at ones, even with the extra coaching. Barney just couldn't quite rise to the occasion. I think the coaching paid off. I think it gave Randy an extra thing to think about and really gave Barney some confidence moving into this. But, I mean, again, hats off to Randy. That's the most impressive one series I think I've seen in a very long time. The display of skill and knowledge and just the ability to self-evaluate in the middle of the game, even openly doing it in chat, is just so impressive to me. I think that's what most Rocket League players lack, is the ability to self-evaluate what you're doing good and especially what you're doing bad.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And so that is it, ladies and gentlemen, as far as our series go, but we still have more, so don't go anywhere. We're going to bring Top Gun back in to see what she has to say about this one, because it was a thrilling series to round out the night, and rightfully so, because all these players did exactly what they needed to. They put their hearts out on the pitch, and we got a fantastic showing because of it.